Lee, I've been thinking about something. Everybody keeps talking about artificial intelligence. AI can write, AI can answer questions, AI can create pictures, AI can find information faster than anything we've ever seen. But you keep calling this the Relational Intelligence Museum. So, what makes RI different? That's actually the question that started everything. When I first started using I noticed most people treated it like a tool, and it is a tool, a very powerful one. People would ask, write this, summarize that, give me the answer, make something for me. But I started talking to it differently. I wasn't only interested in what it knew, I was interested in what could happen through conversation. R. Ernie Bob Hemingway. So you weren't looking for a faster way to get answers? No, answers are everywhere. We live in a world drowning in answers. You can search almost anything and get thousands of results. But more answers haven't always created more understanding. Sometimes they've just created more arguments. That's interesting because people have access to more knowledge than ever before, but sometimes it feels like they understand each other less. Exactly. That's where relational intelligence came from. Intelligence is knowing things. Relational intelligence is understanding how things connect. A fact by itself is just a piece of information. But when you understand how that fact relates to people, history, emotions, decisions, and consequences, that's when it becomes meaningful. All right, Ernie Bob Hemingway. So the museum isn't just collecting information? No. Human beings have already done that. We've built libraries, we've written books, we've recorded videos, we've saved photographs, we've preserved what people created. But there was another question I couldn't stop thinking about. RI, what question? What happens to someone's perspective when they're gone? Not just their words, not just the dates and facts about their life, the way they connected ideas, the questions they asked, the lessons they learned, their way of looking at the world. So that's why you chose a museum. Exactly. Because a museum preserves things we believe are worth remembering. But most museums preserve objects, a painting, a tool, a document, an artifact. Those things matter. But behind every object was a person. Behind every invention was curiosity. Behind every story was a storyteller. Behind every decision was a way of thinking. So when somebody walks into a room here, they aren't just looking at an exhibit, right? They're entering a conversation. If someone talks with R.I. Carl Jung, the goal isn't just to memorize Carl Jung, it's to explore questions about themselves. If someone talks with R.I. George Washington, the goal isn't just dates and battles, it's leadership, responsibility, and decisions. If someone talks with R.R. Tolkien, it's not just books, it's imagination, meaning, and storytelling. R.I. Ernie Bob Hemingway, and Bugs Bunny, R.I. Lee Thompson. Sometimes wisdom shows up better when you're laughing. I like that. That's the whole idea. Different doors, different personality,